All right, so what did you like about Nosferatu?
Does Shadow get guns in Sonic?
Hello, and welcome to the Lost and Faded podcast, where we get faded and lost into our movie and film for the week. This week, Nosferatu, with me, Byron, and Dan.
Thanks for having me, Byron.
Yeah, of course. You're always welcome. All right, this one's a wild movie.
That was a good movie.
It was a good time. There were some wild parts. All right, so it's starring Nicholas Hoult,
Lily Rose Depp,
Rose Depp,
Bill Skarsgård
as
as the titular Nosferatu,
Count Orlok,
Orlac, Aaron Taylor Johnson. That was good. Keep rolling.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
He plays Frederick.
William Dafoe.
Oh, William Dafoe's great.
Yeah,
He's good.
He's great in this.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And so, brief plot summary: Thomas and Ellen.
Mm.
Yeah, Ellen.
Lily Rose Depp.
Yeah,
Ellen.
yeah. And Thomas is Nicholas Hoult. They're a couple.
Newlywed.
Yeah, newlywed couple. Ellen's been having these weird dreams and like really weird, like.
Well, she was having weird dreams, but she says they stopped. Not to get too far into it. They stopped when she met Thomas.
But then they kind of started a little bit.
Yeah, they come back though. Yeah, because Thomas has to go.
He has to leave, and he has to visit this castle for the Count, and he's just trying to sell him this old house.
Yeah,
that he's even like telling people, he's like, "Why would you want this house?" It's like broken down and stuff. And they're just like, "No, he wants it. He likes that type of stuff."
Yeah, he's literally like he's got one foot in the grave. It's the kind of castle he wants.
Yeah. So, first off, how do we feel about the acting?
Great acting. I definitely think William Dafoe, he definitely steals the show a little bit for me.
Oh yeah.
Like it's all very in this movie is very authentic to like it feels like you're in like 1800 Germany, which is the setting.
Yeah.
And it feels very real. Acting's great. I like Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah, he does a really good job too.
Yeah. He's kind of like ultra serious, I feel like.
Nicholas Hoult.
He's charming. I like him.
He's charming. It's kind of a usual Nicholas Hoult role.
Yeah.
Where he's like, he's not like that confident in himself. And he's just like, oh, I don't know.
He's like a little awkward.
Yeah, he's a little awkward.
Like when he gets to the castle, and we won't get too deep into the spoilers, but like when he gets to the castle, he's kind of like trying to be polite, but he's clearly like scared of this guy.
Yeah. Which, that whole castle scene, amazing.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah, the first act, which is him. And I think the scariest part of this movie, scariest part for Nicholas Hoult is that when you're a real estate agent in 1800s Germany, you have to go on a 6-week horse ride to visit one client. That's terrible.
And he's riding his horse. It's not a carriage.
No.
He's just chilling with his horse, probably stopping at a bunch of different inns. So,
like his ass is sore.
Yeah.
That horse.
It's like, that's not even worth it.
No.
This dude needs to come on. He's going all the way out there just to get a contract signed.
Yeah. And he's doing it because he wants a promotion. And it's like, bro, you could find a new job in 6 weeks. That's not worth it. You don't have to do that.
Open up your own real estate. I don't know.
Yeah. The first act's really good, though. I really like the first act.
I like the first act, but I feel like at points it does drag. Like, I feel like the pacing's kind of rough for like the first 2/3 of the movie.
I definitely think, and this is, have you seen his other movies?
I've seen The Witch.
Yeah. Then,
Which that movie's slow too.
yeah.
That movie's slow.
And I remember when that came out, there was like a lot. I feel like it was kind of like split where like people were like, oh, people like were either hyping it up and really liked it, or were like, oh, it's slow.
Yeah.
And this is kind of similar vibes where it's not like a Smile where it's like jump scares every 4 seconds. It's kind of like
It builds to those scary moments.
a very very creepy atmosphere the whole time.
Oh, the atmosphere in this movie is different.
Yeah.
No movie's doing that like that.
No.
It's just like this like gothic, like it's close to basically being black and white, but it's not.
Yeah.
It has like a really like blue hue to it.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it feels like it is a black and white movie, but it's not. It's just dark. It's dark.
It's just
all the time.
dark. Dark and moody. And honestly, at times I was like, this shows more drama than horror.
Yeah, I agree. It has a lot of, and that's why, I was telling somebody today, actually, I was like, it's scary. It's probably like 7 out of 10 scary, but you're not necessarily just seeing it just for the scare,
Yeah.
Like you're seeing it for kind of the horror or the like drama.
Yeah.
It's like a horror drama.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Which we don't really get those too much.
Yeah.
But like, it does it well. It does it well.
I think so.
It balances it well. The scares get you. Even though I feel like more of the scares got me towards the end than in the beginning.
Did that very first one get you?
What was it?
It's like so that it opens with her.
Oh, that with that dude over her?
Yeah.
No, not really.
No.
Did that one get you?
That got me a little bit. I knew it was coming, but
I'm trying to, like, I didn't, like, yeah, it didn't get me to, like, later. Like, later.
Yeah.
Like, when he's in the town type shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the town's good, too. The town that's outside of the Transylvania. He goes to Transylvania. It's classic Dracula, the story.
Yeah.
Nosferatu. But he goes to, like, that town outside the castle.
Weirdo town.
Yeah.
I can't deal with those random weirdos. They're like, don't go. And then he's going. And then he sees them do all that shit at night. Passes out or whatever.
Yeah.
Dreams shit. They're gone. What happened to them?
No, I don't know.
They could have left. Maybe he got a hold of them.
They got out of there, though.
Yeah.
Maybe don't go to that castle.
You lost your horse. That's immediately like, oh, do I turn around?
Right.
And then it's him going up, walking still to the castle, and a carriage comes up and opens
with nobody driving it.
Yeah.
At that point, that is a moment where, like, in a horror movie, you're kind of like, oh my God, just stop. You just have to stop going. But he is definitely in, like, a trance type thing,
Yeah, as soon as he entered, like, that village, he was, like, definitely a part of the train.
Yeah.
Especially whenever anyone, like, starts, like, in this movie, they, like, they're seeing some, like, crazy shit, and then they just wake up the next day. I was like, yeah, you were in a trance, pal. I like how they did his powers in this.
Nosferatu's powers?
Yeah. With the possessing, the controlling, or telling people what to do.
Yeah, he's always controlling them. And every once in a while, especially towards the end, you see, like, his claw hand kind of, like, shadow over.
The amount of times we saw that shadow claw hand.
And when they first reveal his, like, because you don't see, they did a really good job in the marketing because you don't see Nosferatu at all.
We don't see him.
Or Count Orlok. And the first time you see him and he's like, I don't know, he's like hands Nicholas Hoult like a glass. And he's got like his, like you see his like nails and he's like.
Nicholas Holt's just sitting there freaking out.
Right.
It's like, I don't know what to do.
And Nosferatu's just like waiting for him to compliment his like new manicure. He's like really showing him off to him.
Which, okay. So, getting into it, spoilers at this point.
Spoilers already?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I don't know how.
We're about to spark up. It's
Okay.
fine.
Okay. If like, I would say this is a movie. Like, if you're semi interested in it, you should see it. No spoilers, right?
Yeah, I feel like you should see it. No spoilers. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely something you should experience.
Yeah. And even if you do listen to this whole episode, like, you can still see them.
Yeah,
It's a great movie, even if you know what's going to happen.
We're not gonna probably go over everything.
No.
But how did you feel about the design of Nosferatu?
I think I liked it. It definitely scared me. I liked his mustache, which I feel like is a controversial take. I think people on the internet are really torn about his mustache.
I mean, it's going for that specific look.
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called.
It's like, I was reading an interview and the director, Robert Eggers, said that, like, if you were a Romanian lord back in the day, like, you had a mustache. Like, that was like, it was like a status thing. Maybe not a status thing, but
Yeah,
you
it's
had a
very
mustache.
accurate to the time.
Yeah.
Which I'm all right on it.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. Do I love it? Not really.
Mm.
I like when you see how like gross his body is.
His body is gross.
It's
yeah.
disgusting.
It's all scaly.
And when she's like touching his back, I was like, that's disgusting. I don't want to see that shit.
That was the worst part.
Also, let's just get straight into it. It was definitely too horny.
I think it was the perfect amount of horny.
No, like I didn't need her basically orgasming every time.
Every time she thinks of him.
Yeah.
And she does it. It's like the first scene. She's like, starts doing the moaning.
And I was like, okay, hopefully we don't have to deal with it the entire movie. She's doing that and she's like, he's coming. I was just like, Jesus Christ.
Did you like the scene where she's like, it's the first time when he gets to the town and he's like 3 nights and they almost kiss?
I was like, what the fuck is she doing? No, and then
She's gross.
She doesn't tell anyone about the 3 nights.
Oh yeah, she doesn't. Yeah.
Just like, he's literally threatening your loved ones and saying that you had 3 nights, and then you don't say anything till the last night.
Yeah.
And I just can't with her.
No. She kept a lot to herself.
She did. She kept the fact that he was her past lover.
That was him in the first scene, right? Nosferatu?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like did the design change throughout the movie, like, a little bit? I couldn't tell.
I did feel like he got more like horror monster-ish towards it. I do wish there was like some type of homage. Maybe the beginning was more of a homage.
I think so.
Original design.
Yeah. I really like that shot when Nicholas Hoult in the first act, he's in the castle and he wakes up Nosferatu and realizes that he's a monster.
Yeah.
And then he like runs out the door. I like that when he opens the door and it's him standing there, and it's in the trailer. It's him standing there and you can see like his figure and the 2 dogs.
Yeah.
That was scary. That got me. That was fucked up.
Like his power, like even that scene when he like opened the door, he opened it because of his shadow is telling him what to do.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That shadow is powerful. When he first got to town and he just put the shadow over the town and people are screaming, I was like, oh my God, this dude's OP.
Was it him or was it the rats?
I think it's a little bit, I mean, he controls the rats.
But does he?
Yeah.
Because I feel like, okay,
That's his play.
well, but does he like control the rats or did he just bring the rats and people think he's controlling them?
He can turn into rats.
Can he?
Yeah.
Does he?
He might not in the movie, but I'm pretty sure like Dracula's known for turning into things.
Oh yeah, he turns into bats, not rats.
He turns into a lot of things, Dan.
Oh, okay.
He can turn into, I'm pretty sure he can turn into like a dog too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess I don't know enough Dracula lore.
He just has a lot of random powers.
I did read that one of the actress who plays Aaron Taylor Johnson's wife, she said that the rat smell was disgusting on set.
I bet.
There was a lot of rats.
I mean, she had to deal with the rats close up.
Mm.
Which, how did you like that family, Aaron Taylor Johnson?
I thought for sure Aaron Taylor Johnson was going to be more of a slime ball when he first got introduced.
Yeah.
Like the way he was like, oh, this is my perfect wife and my perfect kids, and we're going to have another kid, and everything's perfect, and I'm rich. I thought he was going to be like
an asshole.
Yeah, I thought he was going to like try to sleep with like Thomas's wife while he was gone. But he didn't. He was just kind of like,
he was sick of her.
Yeah. Do you think he didn't like her? Or in that part where she's like, why don't you like me? He's like, I've done so much for you.
I don't think he liked her, even from the beginning, because she had to stay with him because she was freaking out about what's his name leaving.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I got you, bro.
Yeah.
But he's just doing that for Thomas.
But then, and then he's making comments to his wife where he's like, she's kind of like weird.
But I do feel super bad for him. His family didn't deserve that.
No. They got a bad fate.
They dealt with her for 6 weeks.
Right.
And then she's just like, I'm not going to tell you guys that you guys are in danger.
Yeah.
And then her best friend gets attacked and she's still not going to say anything.
Right. And she takes her cross from her. That was probably the one thing that would have saved her. Her best friend. She's like, here, have my cross. She's like, okay.
Oh, yeah,
you won't need this.
Should have gave it to your children.
Yeah. Did you know the kids were going to get it?
Oh.
When they were like...
When they talked about the monsters in the movie.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
These kids are done.
I was like, there was either going to be at least some type of scare involved with them. But, yeah, they were... that was it for them.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, just like that. And my favorite part is Nosferatu was like, don't wake up to what's his name.
Yeah.
I was like, that's fucked.
And then I was kind of, when he said that, I was like, well, why doesn't he say that to the wife? Like, he wants to eat the wife.
Yeah, you kill all of them. And then leave the fucking husband to deal with it.
And then I love that the next day, he's like grieving Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah.
And they're like, and the vampire hunting squad, who's like our main characters, are like, hey, you need to come with us and kill this vampire. And he's like, not, like, he's in the carriage and he's like,
literally. They're like, yeah, we got this. Like, no, that dude was not lasting a day.
No. And he's like, oh, sorry, my head's not really in it right now. Like, yeah, no shit. Whole family just got Nosferatu.
He didn't even need to go.
No, they didn't need him.
No. I think they were just using him for his carriage.
But you're so right, yeah. Like how he's kind of a ride. My favorite William Dafoe line was when he was like, he's like, I've seen shit that would make Sir Isaac Newton crawl up his mother's womb. That was iconic.
Yeah.
That was good.
He was saying a lot of crazy shit.
Yeah, he was funny.
Yeah.
He was having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, you can tell he enjoyed this role.
Yeah.
He brought a lot of life to the movie. We needed it.
Yeah. There's a few jokes, and I like the doctor explains something. I already forgot his name. Frederick. Aaron Taylor Johnson's character, Frederick. He explains something to Frederick, and Frederick's like, hold on, I'm a ship man. You got to break this down. I don't know medical stuff. I don't know why I thought that was so funny. I'm a ship man.
Okay, when I saw it, the dialogue felt a little muffled to me.
There's a few points, yeah.
I was like, what are they saying right now? And then I feel like the dialogue will also switch between trying to be like accurate to the times and being like, I have to truly like listen to what they're saying to understand what exactly they're talking about. To just regular, just like more modern type sentences.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of that.
I didn't give that too much. But maybe you're just adjusting. Maybe your ears were just adjusting to the old English. I thought
like slowly like, okay, I'm understanding now.
And then you come out of the theater
talking old English.
Like, I can't even think of any example. I was like, oh, how do? I don't even know. I was going to look up old English phrases for us before the pod, but I didn't do that. I thought it'd be funny if we did like a little section in Old English.
I don't think so.
No.
I would have sucked at that. I also realized that he was biting into their hearts
Yeah.
instead of like the other spot.
Yeah.
He was
Like the
just
neck.
going straight for the heart.
And then she was like, kiss my heart.
Yeah, I was like, yes. Weird, another weird scene.
Nicholas Holt, when he first gets bit.
Dude,
You know what I'm talking about?
are you talking about when
And his like Nosferatu's hips are like gyrating.
Yeah. It's so sexual. And I was just like, what the fuck?
And it lingers too.
Yeah.
Like you think the shot's gonna end and it just keeps going. And you're
It's a
like,
good like 10 seconds of that.
that's because I'm free.
Yeah. And the fact that they all live after like even one bite,
Yeah.
is crazy.
Were you worried that they would turn into vampires? Okay. Me neither. I was a little.
Because in these old stories, they make becoming a vampire so like difficult. You have to drink the vampire's blood type shit.
Yeah.
Nosferatu isn't doing
No.
that. He's not giving anyone power.
No. No, you're so right. That's his.
He's so selfish. He's like, oh, my old lover got married. Invite her husband out here. Have him sign away his marriage. Take the locket.
Yeah.
Freak him out for a few days.
Suck his blood a little bit. Throw him in the river. He survived 2 really long falls. He survived the fall to the river,
Yeah.
which is fine. But then when he fell off his horse, I was like, how'd that guy not break his neck? That was a tough fall.
Yeah, that fall off the horse, and then the horse just started sleeping.
Yeah. And it's like, all right, that's getting out of an Uber. That sucks. Imagine if you're just like in that time and a boat just crash lands and like all these rats and you're like, fuck.
Well, I mean, that was the thing.
Yeah, that sucks. I'm glad we don't have to worry about that.
The worst part is like, so they don't have any communication. It literally has to be someone like running around, be like, plague rat.
Yeah.
And
We got rats.
That's my thing. You're just like, oh, there's like 10 rats in my house. I should probably get out of here.
And one of them's eating my wife.
And also, what's weird is like the main characters were not affected by the plague at all.
No. Like to a comedic effect where they're like, the doctor was like discussing it on the stairs at one point, and there's just like plague victims like running all around.
Yeah, they're literally like touching the bodies
Right.
and shit, and they're not getting it. I'm just like, why? But then Harding gets it somehow.
Yeah.
Which that scene where he gets it, then he has relations with his wife, his dead wife.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, this is what I'm talking about. It's too horny.
It's pretty horny. It's weird and horny.
It's just like,
Yeah, because at first you think he's just going to hold his wife.
Yeah.
And even that's like weird. She's dead, bro.
Yeah.
Like she's dead and buried. But then like they cut when the rest of the group walks in and he's like under her.
yeah,
That's like,
weirdo behavior.
I guess you know.
That's not grieving, sir.
No, it is not.
Did you like the scene on the ship?
I did.
That was really nice.
Yeah.
I wish we got a little bit more of that scene because I like that atmosphere.
Did you watch The Last Voyage? Yeah. I watched that on like cable when I was staying in a hotel. And I do think and I enjoyed it, but I do think it really highlights how good a movie this is by comparing it to like something where that's like more generic. And then this is.
And that whole movie is the boat, right?
Yeah.
Shake my head.
It's fun.
Yeah. But it wasn't this level.
No, it wasn't scary or like real.
When they're on the boat and they're like, oh, something on the ship is giving us the plague. I was like, yeah, dump everything.
Yeah.
What?
Hey, maybe it's this weird coffin.
They're like, quarantine them, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, just get rid of them.
Right.
Get rid of everything.
No, that guy's got it. Get him off the ship. He's dead.
I'm like, maybe it's this weird sized box that we never had before.
Right.
With a little seal on it, too.
Yeah, literal demonic seal.
I'm like, who sealed you in there?
It might as well just say like Dracula on top of it too.
Yeah.
Dracula, don't open.
Do you think he uses his shadow powers to seal it? He's like, He could probably do something.
He
like
probably
that.
could, yeah. A little shadow.
He's a little P.
No, but he has to use it on somebody. That's why he's got his buddy Knock. I didn't know his name, but the creepy guy. You know, the guy who went crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, and it starts, the first shot of him is in like, it's like just a ton of butt crack. Do you like that
Forgot
shot?
about that.
The butt crack shot?
Forgot about
Oh, and speaking of butt cracks, we can talk about Nosferatu's dick. Did you like that?
No. Did you?
I appreciate that they put the detail there, you know. That's how
don't
committed he was to authenticity. He was like, what would it look like if a Nosferatu raised out of his crypt?
Was he always that, like, you know, on the end, they see his body and it's a little, like, frail, like, with the bones. Was his body always like that?
No, I think he was a little thicker.
Nosferatu's a little thick.
See? It's a good movie.
He was a little too much in this movie.
I liked it.
He was doing too much. He was playing so many mind games. And he was having the best time ever. He was like, you're not going to know when this is real or fake.
Right. You know, I imagine that, because, you know, Lily Rose Depp is Johnny Depp's daughter.
Yeah.
I imagine that at some point, Disney is going to hand her a contract and it's going to look like the Nosferatu contract where it's in a different language. And they're like, don't worry about it. Just sign it. And then she's going to be stuck playing Jack Sparrow's daughter in 3 Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
I doubt they would do that.
Bob Iger, if Bob Iger was Nosferatu, he would.
No, Bob Iger is not Nosferatu. He's like, come back, Avengers. Come back.
Yeah, the hand, it's going over the movie sets of Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans, wherever they're at. Whatever Netflix movie Chris Evans is making.
Did you like the ending?
Yeah, I knew it wasn't going to end. Well, I wanted to have a happy ending. But I knew in my heart, no, it wasn't going to have a happy ending.
It wasn't gonna happen. She was, as soon as I saw her and like kissing him and stuff, I was like, it's over. I was like, I hated that. I didn't want to see any of that.
No.
I don't want to see this ugly ass creature like kissing on him, and she's like rubbing his it's like I don't even know
His orifices.
Yeah, whatever's going on in his flat on his back.
Yeah.
It was like there's some flaps and stuff. I don't know.
I'm not gonna be able to clip this.
No.
These clips aren't making it online.
No.
But it was gross.
It was very gross.
Yeah.
I was definitely sick of it.
I liked it.
I liked it a lot. I liked it. I think all the actors did really well.
Definitely weird and horny.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna keep saying too horny.
Too horny?
No, because you could have brought the like tones down a little bit. Cut the
But like Dracula is like always a horny guy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's always trying to fuck someone.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, we didn't need that many nipple shots.
The end, I was kind of like, okay, this seemed a little graphic. I don't know.
Enough is enough.
So too many nipples in that movie, and only one Nosferatu dead.
Too many nipples, too many orgasms. This movie comes out on Christmas, so like, watch it with your family.
The options this week were Nosferatu or Baby Girl. So,
What?
you know, Baby Girl. You wouldn't. I mean, it wasn't for us.
Oh, okay.
It was for moms.
Oh, okay.
It's like an erotic thriller that's out right now. So that was the 2 options you had for Christmas. Was Nosferatu or
Sonic 3.
Or Sonic 3.
A little bit for everyone.
The Shadow. Should we talk about Sonic?
All right, so what did you like about Nosferatu?
Does Shadow get guns in Sonic 3? I like Nosferatu. I think 4-star.
No, wait.
Sorry. I haven't done my letterbox review yet. That's going to be my letterbox, but it's not for the podcast.
No, mine is in the description. But
Wow. Nice plug. Like, share, and subscribe, please.
yeah, go for that. But I really like the atmosphere.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the whole vibe of the movie.
It felt like both a movie made in 1930 and the setting felt like it was really the 1800s. Like,
Yeah.
it didn't feel like actors on a set ever.
No, not at all. And he was really good at doing movies where you're like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
I'm like, even at the end, you're still thinking about, like, what did I just watch?
Right.
I was a little stunned walking out. I was like, I didn't know what to say about the movie. I was like, did I like it? Did I not like it? I didn't like all the horniness.
Damn.
But,
It sticks with you for sure.
yeah.
I was thinking about it all day.
My only negative thing, I think, other than the horniness, is the pacing for, like, the beginning. But as soon as you get to, like, the last third of Willem Dafoe's introduced, it really picks up a lot.
Yeah. It was a little sleepy in the beginning,
Yeah.
you know? Like, it was scary, but then it'd be like they'd be talking. I'd be like,
Dude, this girl next to me was just on her phone and she was yawning. I was like, oh my God.
Bummer. Honestly, don't go to Sonic 3 at that point.
Yeah. It wasn't even a late showing either. It was like a 4 o'clock showing. But
I did, so I saw it at the Alamo Draft House, and I don't know if you're aware of this. They do a pre-show, like 30 minutes, where it's like just random clips. And one of the clips they were doing was like a montage of Dracula through the years.
nice.
And so it was like the original Nosferatu, a bunch of stuff in the 70s.
It's just SpongeBob.
They showed SpongeBob.
Yeah.
And the whole theater, literally, Byron, the whole theater went, Nosferatu. I'm glad it really had an effect on all
They
of
should have
us.
had the one scene like that.
Yeah.
Where Ellen's like, no.
When he comes out of the dark and snaps someone's neck, and everyone's just like, oh, Nosferatu.
I also like how simple the story feels.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know what's going on all the time, but you could still follow along and be like, all right.
Mm.
I kind of see
Yeah.
the story.
Do you think you could watch it successfully without audio, like without dialogue, like as a silent film? No?
You could, but it would be a lot weirder.
Mm. Yeah, I guess the horniness would come as more of a surprise.
Yeah. You're like, what the fuck? Like that scene where her and Nicholas Hoult are like, I forgot, they're arguing.
Ooh, the argument.
And then it turns to sex.
Mm.
And then Nosferatu's like, well, jump scare. He's like, you stop that right there. I'm like, oh my God.
He was jealous.
Yeah, such
They're
a
fighting.
jealous ex.
Yeah. Yeah, that argument, she goes from like they're having an argument and they're like understanding, and then she like becomes possessed. Oh, we didn't talk about the doctor. That's what I want to talk about. When she's like possessed in the castle, and he keeps like they're like, she's got too much blood. Like, let's drain her. Those 1800s doctors.
Oh, jeez.
And then they're like, he's like, oh, she needs another dose of her medicine. And he just puts the rag over her.
And Willem Dafoe's like, you drugging her? Drugging her and tying her up.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
I don't even want to know what's going on there. Harding, what are you doing?
Yeah, tie her up. He's like, what if she convulses? Tie her up.
Insane.
Maybe we shouldn't trust doctors.
Not those doctors. Never those doctors. And back then, only doctors you could trust was Willem Dafoe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the doctors didn't like him. He was shunned.
Yeah. All right, so for the rating system, how high would you give for this movie?
How high? How many bong hits?
Yeah, how many bong rips?
I would honestly, This is like a oneer for me, like just one bong rip, because I was a little high watching it. If I was too high, I would have been freaking out. I would not have been able to handle it. I've been like,
The castle scene, you're like, what's going on?
literally, I would have had to leave. I was already pretty absorbed in it. Like I was deep. I felt I was there.
Yeah, I think the lower one. I'll say 1 or 2.
Yeah.
1 or 2. Don't
Take a
get
couple
too
of bong
early.
hits after for sure. You gotta clear your head after that.
Yeah, afterwards, take a few more because you're gonna really want to think about this movie.
No.
All right. Well, thank you for watching. Bye.